We'll just dive in. Hello. So I will be doing sort of a full-length collective reading for whoever this video finds, whether this be on live or later. Let's see. Okay, please tell me if the sound cuts out because I had that issue yesterday, I think. I don't know if it was just from saving it after, but I want to make sure that the sound is working. Hi, Britt. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, great. We're just gonna dive in. So whatever this collective needs to know or hear, again, whoever is coming across this video, whether live or if it's posted later, calling in spirit, angels, guides of the highest light to help me with this message. Okay. Flying out to start. Got a lot of these tea leaves, so let me get them organized and we'll get some tarot to dive in. It's almost like too much. I don't even necessarily want to go through each one individually. I'm just going to dive into the message here and show you guys as I feel fit. Ooh, okay. There's a lot to be excited about, you guys, already. Okay, so just off the bat with these tea leaves that came out, there's like a mixture of things. So you likely right now are in this position of frustration where you feel like everything is really getting tight, whether that be like tight with finances, tight with like wherever your energy is going right now, you're just feeling kind of confused about where your next steps are. You have so much confirmation in this reading that there is going to be a shift in this energy very soon. If you're not experiencing this already, I think some of you are maybe starting to feel like the beginning stages of this, but you have dealt with probably narcissist in your life, maybe some sort of abuse in your relationships, people who are just very, there's been a lot of conflict in your life, we'll say that. And you have, through this process that you've been undergoing, been learning so much more about yourself, how you can shine your own light without the impacts of, you know, what other people think or how people are viewing you. And this is leading you down a whole new path. There's a lot of excitement. It feels like for a lot of you, there is going to be some sort of pivotal moment or event that takes place that you are not expecting that ends up like, it's like the domino effect. You're going to start, it's like the first domino falls and then all of these other pieces start to fall into place. So again, I just want to encourage you, if you have been feeling really burdened, feeling really confused, feeling disappointed by your relationships, by your career, by your surroundings, your home life, whatever it is, there is so much here to look forward to. I feel strongly guided to let you know to not be tempted to fall back on the progress that you've made. So when we're going through these trajectories, when we're starting to elevate our lives, when we're starting to see positive changes come in, it's usually due to our amount of inner work that is finally exuding outwards. But the tricky thing about this is that sometimes it takes a while for our physical reality to catch up to the internal work. So as you're doing this, trust that it is working, even when your surroundings aren't necessarily showing that yet. So you might have temptations to like fall back on old habits, to fall back on toxic behaviors or patterns. And if you do, we're all human. It's okay. Give yourself grace to pick yourself back up essentially and get back on track because you have something that is unfolding here. And again, though you can't fully see it, you are being reminded that you're coming into the rainbow after the storm. Things are finally shifting for you. You're heavily protected. I've been getting this card a lot. Your angels are coming through to let you know that they are working in the unseen to move things in a better direction for you. Right now, your focus is to not lose sight of your goals, not lose sight of the trajectory that you have already initiated. There is something coming in that is going to feel just very exciting, like an announcement. Okay, let's get some tarot though, just to further this. Some of the cards too, I'm just going to say if this resonates for you, we have a ram card. So I'm getting Taurus energy, rooster, year of the rooster, Chinese astrology. That felt significant to say. Other signs, maybe like red apples. Okay. What else can this collective know or hear, please? All right, we have the Four of Pentacles on the bottom here, and Four of Pentacles really is a card about safety, structures, stability, holding to things a little bit tighter at this time. So again, as you're kind of going through these transitions, I think you're being asked to sort of take inventory on what you have right now, what's at your disposal, so that things can start to move in this new positive direction. But you are moving forward. So we have the Chariot with the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. There is some clarity, a new beginning, a passionate new beginning that's unfolding for you right now, where it's going to make sense of some of the challenges that you've been experiencing as of late. Things are just going to start to, again, fall into place where you realize that the timing had to work out in the way that it did in order for this opportunity, for this new life to unfold for you. Whatever this is that is starting for you, whether this be in relationships, in career, your home, moving to new places, whatever it is, there is strong energy here that your inner child is going to feel safe. It's going to feel seen. It's going to feel like comforted in the fact that it doesn't have to be in survival mode anymore. So for a lot of you, you've probably tucked away your inner child to some extent because there wasn't really like space for that. There wasn't really space for your inner child to be at the forefront of your decision making, to create with you. You are falling into a major wish fulfillment though. And again, it's because of that work that you've done that I mentioned before. You are an intuitive, emotionally stable being who, there's like a lot of water energy coming through. So water signs could be significant, or like working with water. Maybe some of you need to drink more water. But outside of that, it's just like you are this very in tune person who deserves this wish fulfillment. So again, there's a lot of security on its way to you. There's a lot of celebration on its way to you. You are aligned to the path. I think right now, again, you're just being really reminded to not feel tempted to talk down on what is unfolding for you right now. Like trust redirections that are taking place, trust in the delays. Like you're so heavily protected. The burnt toast theory is coming through to mention that if you're not familiar. It's like the idea that you're trying to rush somewhere out the door and you end up burning your toast and it delays you 5 minutes because you have to throw it away. You got to clean up, whatever. And then that ends up saving you from like a life altering accident or something like that. So although you can't see the full plan right now, although things again, maybe feel really tight and constricting and frustrating, you're being reminded to trust that the divine has your best intentions at heart. It knows the plan better than you can. With our human minds, our human ego, we tend to get in our own way about how things are going to unfold. And it's really easy to fall into spirals of like doubt if things are not looking how we want them to, but trust that it is going to come together. You're on your way towards success. You're on your way to something new that is unfolding. Again, it's like there's going to be something that catalyzes this. It's like one thing happens and then all of the things start falling into place. So that is really what you have to look forward to. I'm going to just grab a couple more from this deck and then I'm going to see about grabbing from one more. Okay, Knight of Cups. Yeah, so for a lot of you, this exciting event, this exciting event, this thing that initiates the change for you, is going to come in the form of an offering from somebody who actually does have your best interest in heart, not something that has double strings attached that you're not really happy about. This is going to be somebody who, if this is love for you, somebody who genuinely sees a future with you, who wants to grow and build with you. If this is career, this is like a manager, a company that actually values you for what it is that you bring to the table and is showing you that through this offering. So there's not going to be any bitterness to this when it comes in. It's going to feel very sweet. It's going to feel, again, well worth the wait, and the rewards are going to feel a lot more fulfilling than what you're experiencing right now. And so right now, again, you're really being called to rest, to take care of your mental stability. With this frustration that is happening right now, this period of difficulty, this period of not seeing the total picture, you're being forced to sit with it. You're being forced to wait. These roses are not ready to bloom yet. And so trust that when they are, though, you'll be able to reap all of the benefits that you've had to undergo from this waiting period. You've probably been struggling with maybe losing sleep over this issue, falling back into spirals of depression, anxiety, whatever it is. You are being called to really cater to those wounds, to rest, to surrender, to trust, again, that things are working out for your best benefit, and to, again, we're human. So when you do have those thoughts of doubt, severe doubt, of worry, of anxiety, of depression, don't add to it by then guilting yourself for getting to those places. It is totally normal and totally understandable that you feel difficult emotions when you're not seeing the clear picture, and you feel, again, like you feel these changes. You've probably been told that these changes are coming. You energetically are preparing for them, but you're still not seeing them. And so it's very frustrating, and it can cause you to start to think like, oh, like, I think I just made it up in my head, or, oh, none of this is worth it. None of it is working. When you catch those thoughts appearing, it's really important that you kind of bring it back to center, bring it back to the truth that everything is working exactly how it needs to, that you are always exactly where you're meant to be in order to receive that which is for you. What is for you cannot miss you. So let's just see. I'm going to grab Inner Child deck staring at me. Let's just grab something from here. Okay, so, funny. So 8s are significant as well as 4s, because we have 8 on the bottom of the deck that says, choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance, as well as the number 44 or 8. You know the way. Trust your intuition on this journey. So yeah, you are being called right now to not talk down on yourself, to not add, again, these limiting beliefs, these restrictions that you have felt from other people. You are the last person that needs to also add to that narrative, that needs to say these kinds of things to yourself. Like, enough people have said it to you already. For you, you're really just being called to be gentle with yourself through this process, to trust that you are being led exactly where you need to. And again, when we're walking like this path of blind faith, when we're walking, we know that we're aligned, we feel that we are aligned to something amazing, but again, we don't know the details of it. Lean back into trust that you are going exactly where you need to go in order to receive this thing, in order to receive this like celebration, fulfillment, excitement that is brewing in the unseen at the time being. Continue to move forward, continue to take rest when you feel called to rest. Don't make decisions out of panic is coming through. So like when you are deciding what you need to do next, or you are deciding actions to take, do it from a place of knowing and intuition versus fear and anxiety and worry that if you don't do this thing, or, if I don't take that step, or if I don't do this, like all of it's going to fall apart. Again, trust that you are being heavily provided for in the unseen realms, and things are falling into place in a beautiful and fulfilling way. Okay, I'm gonna grab just a little bit more. Let's see. What else wants to come up for this message? Okay. All right, yeah, so 6 of Wands coming on the bottom. So you are destined for great success. And whatever it is, again, that you're worried about working out, that you're worried about falling into, you're guaranteed to come back victorious from this battle that you have been going through. And again, it doesn't seem like this is happening immediately for most of you. Again, for some of you, depending where you're at on your journey, there is an energy of like some of this has started to trickle in. Maybe you're still not seeing the full picture. Some of you, like, you're completely out in the dark. You don't even know what or when or how this is going to play out. And that's okay, because again, you're where you need to be. Take in whatever healing that you can do at this time. Start pouring into yourself, start feeding yourself, that fulfillment that you really need at this time, because when this thing comes in, it's really going to shift your perspective, your energy, your output, and just kind of soaking in what you have at your disposal right now, because you're falling into this peace, harmony, and balance with the Temperance card, where you're so supported by divine. This is like destiny falling into place for you. You're able to put down the burdens of the 10 of Wands, burdens of not only yourself, not only your own heavy emotions that you carry, but like the burdens of other people that you're surrounded with. I feel like you're probably very strongly empathetic and care a lot about other people. And so you might even be taking on too much from other sources at this time that you don't really need to. And so setting boundaries for yourself, protecting your energy, again, setting down the burdens where you can. And then outside of that, just being patient for the seeds that you plant to grow. Trust that they are going to grow. And it almost feels like it's going to happen when you least expect it, when you're focused so heavily on these 3 cups that you've been pouring, attention into, or you're like looking, you have this tunnel vision of it needs to work out this way, it needs to happen this way, I need to know by now, by this time, like all of these kind of restrictions that you're placing on the universe to just like do its thing. You're focused so heavily on this tunnel vision, on this specific way that you want it to work out. The universe is coming out of nowhere to present you with a solution that you probably have thought about, but not in the specific details. Like let the magic happen, essentially, is really what that part of the message is about. It's like, plant your seeds, water your garden, trust that it's going to happen. You don't need to like force and micromanage every step of the way, or double check and be like, oh, did this go through? Like, did you get my order? Are you listening? Like, do you hear me? Like, why does everything look the way that it does? I'm not seeing the changes. Things are happening, things happen, and they kind of bubble up behind the surface for a very long time before it finally just like shoots through. This like firecracker energy, this excitement is going to burst through your reality, and then it's finally going to be in your awareness where you finally understand why everything happened in the natural flow that it did. So take care of yourself during this time. Be honest with your feelings, but again, don't latch on to some of these like more toxic, negative thoughts. Call them out when you see them. Call them out when they come up. Be gentle, bringing it back to the truth of what you know in your heart, in your soul, that you are doing the work, that you are worthy of good things, that you are worthy of relief from this situation. And that is all going to change. Again, you're ending a cycle with the Ten of Wands of carrying all of these burdens. This is stopping now. And so just be prepared to start walking this path, start going in a new direction that you're feeling led to, and trust the process along the way. Know you are aligned, know you are protected, and say thank you for anything that is not working out for you right now. Again, it's like this feeling of divinely guided, like failure to some extent, where you really thought you wanted to get that job and it didn't go through, and you're cursing the universe, but really, like, all the while it has something even better for you that it's trying to give you, and you're like too upset about why you didn't get this one thing. There is something really beautiful that you yourself cannot even fathom. The divine is going to provide to you. So just release that control, cater to yourself, pour into yourself. You know the way, you know where you're being led. You know how you want to feel when you get there. That's like the most important part. You know how you want to feel when this thing starts to happen, when this thing starts to arrive. So trust that gut instinct, because a lot of the times as we're on this path, as we're going towards a big manifestation, there's going to be things that like come out of nowhere that you kind of latch onto and think, oh, is this it? Is this a manifestation? In your gut, you will know if it's not. And so be willing to listen to those gut instincts, be willing to let go of things that are just not for you, that are not aligned to you. And again, just trust that the redirections, all of the delays, everything that is happening in this period of frustration is for a reason. And it's because something more beautiful than you can imagine is being prepped for you behind the scenes. I think we'll stop there. I love you, Brittany. Thank you for being my biggest cheerleader. And I will be posting this for anybody else who missed the live. I might try to schedule these. I don't know. I'll figure that out. But yeah, thank you for joining, and I'll get this posted. I love you.